G'day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the new Raging Battle that has come out on DB Legends, this time featuring the Kid Buu. So you've seen a couple of these over time. I think they bring them out with every Ultra now, it looks like. So really cool thing about this obviously is it provides some Chrono Crystals. So slot removers, Chrono Crystals, there's actually also some sparking metals, soul exchange metals, and as well there's actually really cool like rewards like the Majin episode tokens as well. So there's some solid rewards here. But basically how it works is you have to do 30 fights. So you'll do 5 fights, and then every set of 5 fights you'll fight a boss, and that boss will drop you Chrono Crystals, and these will scale up as you go along. So for example, doing the first fight nets you like 50 Chrono Crystals, doing the last fight I believe nets you like 300 Chrono Crystals or 250 or something. So it scales upwards, so you have to go a bit deeper and deeper and deeper. There are battle bonus characters. These will change as the fights go along. So starting early on, you can use extreme class characters, then they knock those out. You have to use some hero ones if you want to. Otherwise, you can just use these standard boost characters, the sparking like Vegito, etc. I just like to auto build the teams and then take it from there, and then see what I can do afterwards when I start getting stuck. The actual fights themselves, honestly, are not like too difficult. There's no hyperdimensional shield or need to do a joint rising rush or anything like a full power battle or anything like that. There's no like gimmick or anything. You just simply have to beat the enemy and then move on. So it's 30 fights, which sounds like a lot, but it's not really a lot when you get down to it. You can probably auto battle, like depending on how strong your team is, at least the first 24-ish or so. I mean, you can see now, like obviously it moved to level 2. Also there's no missions for this, so if you go to the event guide, there's no missions or anything for Chrono Crystals or nothing like that. All the mission rewards or all the Chrono Crystals you'll get from beating the stages, so there's no anything else. If you go here to obviously the section, you'll see we skipped ahead, and you'll see that battle 5 or the 5th fight obviously has changed. So this is where you can get rewards. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier. Now you'll see that the typings and the effective units haven't really changed yet. After the 5th battle they will start changing pretty much battle on battle. The typings of the units will change, this will change, that will change. They change typings quite a bit, so be consistently changing your team unless you're just using all the top tier units. But try to consistently change your team so that you can have like the best chance possible. Don't just kind of try to autopilot. It may take a little bit longer, but the fight will actually go quicker. Especially if you're auto fighting, it's imperative that you change your team, because you won't be able to like get too far into the stage if you don't at least auto change your team, because the AI won't be able to compensate for any type disadvantages or anything like that. But like I said, the actual fights themselves, honestly, a really straightforward process. Like it really wasn't that big a deal. It's more just kind of like gated by strength of your units. So you can struggle a little bit if your units are like, how can I say, not the strongest, because obviously there is kind of that concept of like they're gating it so that people have to summon for the new units. So unless you obviously a more veteran player with the other units kind of maxed, you'll start to near your peak. So what we'll do is we'll just cut ahead where I've kind of got to battle 25. I think this is where it starts to really actually pick up in difficulty. Like it actually becomes a difficult event, battle 25. The rest you can pretty much all auto battle. 200 Chrono Crystals as well, pretty decent rewards. You can see all the typings are changing now. The fights are definitely becoming a lot harder. I actually even lost this fight because I took Strength Vegito, who just didn't didn't do a good job, and I actually had to reattempt it. I took go tanks, and then everything went, fine enough. The big thing is now they just start to do a lot of damage. So if you get caught out by a unit that's got type neutral or type advantage, you basically can kiss your unit goodbye. So it's a little bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. You'll also see that I am using the ultra rare Vegito, and that is because, yes, at this stage you do need to start actually having the units that have the battle bonuses and the damage bonuses and all those sort of things. Like you need to start using those. Unfortunately at this stage there's very little you can do. Otherwise you need to have them. It's the only real way to kind of like augment and improve your damage and things like that. So yeah, it is one of those things. But yeah, you'll see, so this is me cutting back in the second battle. Things went a lot better. Still lost a unit though, because like I said, you can just get caught out by having your unit subbed, or just something goes wrong, and yeah, all of a sudden you lose a unit, and yeah, that's basically it for you. But with that being said, this was definitely much better. Everything went more than fine. You can see me obviously managed to get the victory, which is great, and it's 200 Chrono Crystals, so it's really solid rewards. I think most players should be able to get to level 25 without too much hassle. I know I say this having the good units for this event, but I do think it is possible for most players to get here, just considering it. From here though, it does start to get quite substantially more difficult, and yeah, you're just gonna have to see if you've got the box and the patience to try out the fights and everything. I'll try and get to floor 30 and then do a video on it, but yeah, I think that's it. So good luck and see you guys next time. Bye.